Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Suraj in Cloud, and in this video we will see how we can safely store Kubernetes secret in Git repository. Nice. So we have heard this term infrastructure as a code or maybe GitOps, with which we store all our infrastructure in the form of code. Maybe you have heard this technology with which we achieve this, like Terraform, Chef, Ansible, Puppet. We store our infra in a code and then we put it in a Git repository, and then we manage this right from the Git itself. But when it comes to Kubernetes, probably we do the same. We store all our resources in the form of YAML or some other way, but in a Git repository. But what happens to those credentials, passwords, database passwords, tokens, and stuff? Do we store that? No, right? Usually we use them in the form of Kubernetes secret in the cluster, but we don't store it as a part of code in Git repo. So some of the beginners might ask the question, okay, why we don't store the secret then? Like, it does look good to me, but why not? Now if you look at the secret here, so the idea is, sorry, not the idea, the thing is, they are base 64 encoded, meaning any unethical user who obtain this file can easily decode it and use it for malicious purposes. So it is not safe. So how do we solve this problem? But fortunately there are some projects which can help us to solve this problem, but in this particular video we are going to look at Seal Secret. Nice. Seal Secret is a project by Bitnami, which is now acquired by VMware. Nice. So let's quickly take a look at project. So the project is with Apache 2 license first, and first thing first, like if you like any project, if you love any project, and if you are using that project, do show your support and love by starring this repo. It helps for the authors to get the wide adoption of the project. Now, if you look at the start of the README, as we discussed, uh, the problem statement, which is I can manage all my Kubernetes config in Git except secret. And the solution to that is encrypt your secret into a seal secret, which is safe to store even in a public repository. The seal secret can then be decrypted only by the controller running in your cluster and nobody else, right? Which is good. Now, all the things which we will cover as we move forward. But one thing I want to show here is the seal secret is comprised of two parts, which is a cluster side controller, which is used for decryption and then providing the secret. And the second bit is client side utility called kubectl. It's a CLI tool which we will use to encrypt the secret. And when we encrypt, how does it look like? Basically it looks like a custom resource called seal secret, and when it will decrypt, it will give us our Kubernetes secret. So we can put an analogy here, like deployment is to pod, same as seal secret is to secret. If you create deployment, it will create pod. If you delete the deployment, it will delete the pod. Similarly, if you create the seal secret, it will create the secret. If you delete the seal secret, it will delete the secret. Nice. So let's go back to our slides. As we have seen, it's a custom resource kind shield secret. But now you must be wondering, okay, so like we are talking about encryption and decryption, and like it's safe to store, but how it is working? Basically, the concept used here is called asymmetric cryptography, with which we are using a key pair, a public key and the private key, right? The controller which is living in the cluster will be having the private key, which no one should have, and all the team members will be having the public key with which we will encrypt the secret, right? Okay, now let's see how encryption works, right? So if you look at this diagram, a developer can use this kubectl CLI tool, which we have seen earlier, and with the help of this kubectl CLI and the public key, a user will encrypt the Kubernetes secret, which is ready to push into the Git repository. And on other hand, okay, so when I said user will encrypt the secret, so now the secret which we were looking at earlier will now look something like this. Nice. So once it will look something like this, which is like same seal secret, it will have same spec with the encrypted data, but now this new encrypted string, uh, it's you can easily store because no one can decrypt this from apart from controller. Now once you push this and apply to Kubernetes cluster, how it works inside the Kubernetes cluster is the seal secret controller watches for the seal secret resources from API, and once it finds it, it gets that resource and it has some set of key pairs, and it gets the appropriate private key to decrypt it and then create the Kubernetes secret, which is then consumed by your application. Fair simple encryption and decryption in the seal secret. Now if you look at the whole picture, it will look something like this, where a developer will push, encrypt the secret, push it to Git repository, which will be then applied to Kubernetes. Then the seal secret controller will pick this up and decrypt it, and your application will have the required secret. Nice. Now let's jump into the demo now, and let's have a look at how controller is and how the CLI is. So how you can go to the recent releases and it mentions the all the required commands to install your command line utility kubectl, and also the controller. Now there are various ways to install this controller, which is mentioned in the readme, whether using Helm charts or customize. But uh, in this particular release section, it's just YAML file. But along with this, the important thing to note here is by default it installs in a kube system namespace, but we can deploy it in other namespace as well. I personally prefer to have it in its own namespace, right? So okay, you can get those things from here. So now for the convenience, I have I have already installed stuff on my machine. So if you can see kubectl CLI version 0.16 I have already installed, and what I have also done is that one file, one YAML, I have break it into multiple files to understand each resource. So let's quickly have a look at it. So the first thing it has is a custom resource definition for our seal secret resource. Then there is a deployment, And the thing to note here is from deployment and other resources, I have mentioned my new namespace called seal secret instead of kube system. It will have some impact on how we run the commands further, which we will see. And I also added this flag, which we will discuss later. But for now, let's quickly install this. So I already have the seal secret namespace. Let's see if there is anything that namespace. Okay, there are few things. I'll quickly clear my old setup so that we are good to install new things. Okay, perfect. So there's nothing in there, and now apply our setup. Okay, my controller is restarting. It takes some time to start the container. My controller is up. Now if we look at if we look at the secret, I can see it has also created this seal secret key. Okay, now we'll see at logs and understand what exactly it is doing. Now if you look at the logs, it was first trying to search for existing private keys, but it didn't find anything. Then it created a new key which we saw as a secret, and it also prints the public key for the same. Nice. So as in the log, it mentioned that it was trying to look at the existing keys. So what does that mean is, if you don't want to uh, if you don't want to generate certificate from the controller, there is one section mentioned in the docs called bring your own certificates, where you can generate your own set of certificates or keys and use them as well, and then put them as a secret, and then seal secret controller will automatically pick it and then use it. Nice. So we know how we have installed the seal secret controller and the kubectl CLI as well. Let's create our first seal secret. Nice. So I have few commands already, so which I will copy paste from my other screen, but as we go forward I will also explain what they are doing. So let's also go to our namespace. I'm in team 1 namespace. Okay, so let's get our first command. So all I'm doing here is creating a new secret with the 2 username and password field and putting it into secret.yaml. Okay, so this is my secret, very simple, straightforward. Now let's create a equivalent shield secret for the same. Nice. So we are now using this kubectl CLI, and we are passing -f our secret file. We are mentioning -o YAML flag. The default value is JSON, so we have to pass the YAML, and -w seal secret. So it will convert the secret into seal secret and put it into this file called seal secret.yaml. One thing to mention here is we are also passing this controller namespace flag with the namespace of my controller seal secret. And the reason why we are doing this is, as I mentioned before, by default it installs the controller in a kube system namespace, and that's why the default value of this flag is kube system. If I don't put this value, it will try to find the controller into the kube system. So I have provided that value. Nice. And with that, we got our first seal secret with the name creds, which was there in our secret, the namespace, and all the encrypted value. Nice. And now if we apply this seal secret, you will see there is a seal secret created in my namespace, and if I describe on my seal secret, you will see seal secret unsealed successfully. And now that it is unsealed successfully, we should be able to see the secrets. Nice, we have our secret over here. Perfect. Describe secret and creds. Nice. So we have created our first secret and the equivalent seal secret as well. Nice. So now going back to our slide, now this is like a day one operation. Like there was a new secret, we created seal secret for it. Now let's jump into some of the day two operations. So then what happens, one of the developer from my team comes and says, okay, I think the priorities has changed and I think we need to change the name of the project and the secret as well. So instead of creds, I want my secret to be named as creds marketing. Okay, let's see if we can do that. Okay, let's see if we can do that. Okay, so this was our seal secret and the developer asked to change it to creds marketing. Okay, let's see if we can do it. Ideally we should, but let's see. Okay, so we do have creds marketing seal secret. Okay, but there is no creds marketing secret. Okay, let's describe on our seal secret and see what's going on there. Okay, it is saying fail to unseal. Something is wrong. Okay, hey developer, looks like this is not possible. Okay, okay, then the developer says, okay, no problem, can I put it into new team? Okay, under the new namespace for the new team, we no longer need it. Okay, let's try that. Some other team came up with that. Okay, so now team 2 owns this. We couldn't handle it. Let's see if team 2 can do it. So first thing first, let's go to team 2 namespace and apply this seal secret. Okay, now team 2 has the seal secret, but do they have our secret? Oh no, they don't have our seal secret either. What's going wrong here? Okay, again failed to unseal. Something we are missing, but what is it? What we are missing? But I know what we are missing. We are missing the scope. So seal secret has this concept of scope, and basically there are three types of scope called strict, namespace wide, and cluster wide. And the secret which we created earlier was with a strict namespace, meaning it has to has the namespace which we used and the exact name of the secret and seal secret. You cannot change the name of the secret, you cannot change the namespace of the secret. That's what strict mode is. And you might say we haven't mentioned it either because that's the default value. Now let's do one thing. Okay, let's change the scope to namespace wide and see if we can achieve what we were trying to do, right? So okay, cube seal. Okay, so let's bring that same command. Okay, and we will add a scope equal to namespace wide. Interesting. Okay, now you can see we have namespace wide scope, and now I will see if I can change the name. Now if I apply my seal secret, my failing seal secret was already there. It will just update the same thing. But now if we look at secret, nice, we have our secret with the name Grades Marketing now. That's cool. That's cool. Okay. Secret. Okay, we do have the data, we do have the new name now, and the namespace wide. Interesting. And that means with the namespace wide scope we can change the name, but can we change the namespace? Okay, let's quickly try that out. Let's quickly deploy this to the namespace team 2. Okay, override is not possible. Okay, let's apply this. Okay, we have configured because it was already there, so it will say configured. Now if we describe our seal secret, it's the same error. That means with the namespace wide scope we can only change the name of the secret, but we cannot change the namespace. So that means the third option, which is cluster wide, with which we can achieve the same. So okay, so let's try that out. Go to our namespace and let's bring our that command, and instead of namespace wide we will mention cluster wide now, and we are in team1 namespace. We will apply this, and if we describe the seal secret, it was unsealed successfully. Now let's go to team2 namespace, meaning if this secret was adopted by team2. Let's see if we can do it. Interesting, we can see new seal secret, and also we are now able to see the secret as well. Nice, that's interesting. So we have learned the scope of the seal secret as well. Now the scope is very useful to decide the how the secret is going to be utilized, either in the same namespace or like other namespace. How critical it is, based on that you can decide the scope of the secret. Nice. So moving on to the next topic, which is managing existing secret. Now we have talked about how we can create, how we can put scope, but okay, these all are day one operations. What about day two? Like, okay, this was for new, but what if I already have some secret and I want to manage that secret using seal secret, right? So, okay, let's quickly jump into the demo again, and I don't have any existing secret, but let's create it. So I am going to create a secret called existing secret here with the with only one value called foobar. Okay, so I'm in a team2 namespace and I have created this existing secret, right? Now, as we mentioned in our slides, that we just have to add this annotation sealsecret.bitnami.com/managed equal to true, meaning the secret will now be managed by seal secret. Okay, so we do have the secret, right? Nice. Let's annotate the secret now. Okay, there you go. We have annotate the secret. Now if we can describe the secret, you will see the annotation seal secret bitnami managed. Nice. Now what we have to do is, once we have this existing secret in place, we will get that secret into the YAML. We got the foo equal to bar. It has this annotation as well. Now it's time to convert our existing secret into the seal secret. Now if you look at existing secret sealed file, we have our secret with the encrypted value as well. Now if we apply this existing sealed and have a look at it, now we don't need to look at the secret because it's already there, but we are just managing it with this. And if we describe on this seal secret, you will see it will say unsealed successfully. Interesting. Now let's try something like this. Now let's see, there is a secret. Okay, there is this existing secret present. Now let's delete this seal secret. Let's see what happens. There is no secret, there is no seal secret, and there is no secret as well. So as I mentioned, the seal secret will now manage the secret, whether it is deletion, adding some new values, whatever it is. Okay, let's apply it back. So we have our secret back. Nice. So going back to the slides, we have seen how we can manage the existing secret. Now again, one of the day 2 operations. Okay, now we know that how we can manage, but what if I have to update my secret? How I can update my secret with some value, right? So let's quickly look at that. Now you can say, okay, I have this existing secret value with foo. Now I want to add bar value as well. Okay, let's add that. So the command for that would be, so first command is this, with which we are creating the secret with the same name and adding the from literal bar equal to foo and YAML, but we are also passing dry run flag, meaning it won't apply, but it will just generate the YAML, and then we are passing that YAML to the kubectl CLI. Okay, and what we are doing is we are passing this merge into flag and the existing seal secret YAML file. So basically what it is doing is, with new value, the name of the secret, it is creating a secret file, passing it to kubectl converting that file and merging into existing file. Okay, so now let's apply it, and now if you look at the file, we have this bar as well. And now let's apply this existing secret. It is being updated, and now if we look at secret which we updated, you will be able to see bar value as well. Nice. And that's how we updated our secret. But this command was bit weird. Like, what if I just want to update one value? How will I do that? Right? So for that, the this seal secret CLI has a functionality called raw mode, with which you can encrypt just the string which is needed and then update the seal secret file accordingly. So okay, let's have a look at that. So what I'm gonna do is, I have this bar foo already. I want to add a third field called password net. Okay, and that particular password is in this my file called new password 123 in this file, right? Okay, so let's see how this raw mode. So as per the documentation, this raw mode is still experimental, but let's have a look at it. So it's the same thing. We are passing controller namespace flag, but we are also passing the scope. Okay, let's ignore this scope flag for now, and we are passing the raw mode and from file. So basically it will read the content from that file and convert it. So you can pass the flag as well with the scope, but like my existing secret, it doesn't have the scope namespace. I'm removing that. It is with a strict only. So let's run this. Okay, so it has to provide the name flag with the okay. So name, it says must provide the name flag with the raw and scope script. So strict, because in strict you use name of the secret for the encryption. Okay, so name of my secret is existing secret. Is that correct? That's correct. Boom, we got our YAML. Let's copy this, and what I'm gonna do here is add a third field called password and copy this. Nice. And if we apply this file, oh my god, sealed. Okay, don't ask again. There was some pop-up on my screen. Okay, so let's apply this file, and it should apply our existing secret as well, and you can see it has been updated. So there are this two various methods basically with which you can update the secret as well. Nice, interesting. But we have all this functionality in place, but sometimes for security reasons, the rotating the credentials, rotating the keys are really important, right? So even if we are having this seal secret, it's always good idea to have a key rotation or user secret rotation as well. So in seal secret controller, since it also look after the keys, we can mention this flag with which seal secret automatically generates new key pair and use it. Nice, that's pretty good. And if you remember, I mentioned that there will be a flag which we will look later, which we will look at it now. So if you mention the 0 as a key renew period, that means the seal secret controller won't generate any new key, and it will just use the only one key pair for encryption and decryption. Whereas you can mention the time here as 1 minute, 5 hour, 30 days or something, right? But if you don't mention 0 here, that means the 30 days is the default, after which it will generate the new key pair. But now just for the demo purpose, I will put it as a 1 minute, and let's see what it is doing. Okay, so I am going to now apply it. So let's go into the seal secret namespace and let's apply our newer manifest. So with newer manifest, we should see newer key pairs here as well. But for that, let's first see our new controller is coming up. Okay, it is coming up. So okay, I missed it. I forgot to show. I was saying, but I missed it. Okay, so I was showcasing this, a key renew period flag. Earlier it was 0, meaning no renewal, right? And if I say 1 minute, that means every 1 minute it will renew the key. If you don't mention anything like this, that means it will, the default value is 30 days. After 30 days it will renew the key pair. So for demo purpose, as I mentioned earlier, we'll use 1 minute as a time frame, and I already have applied this, and we should see the new controller here. And if you look at logs, it has created new key at every 1 minute. So every minute it creates a key, it prints the public certificate, and it generates. And now if we look at the secrets, you will see more and more. At every 1 minute, new key pair is being created. Now to showcase that it is using newer certificate at every minute, or to visualize the secret, what you can do is you can use this command to fetch the latest certificate as well, and you can use this certificate locally as well to pass as a flag and then use it for encryption purpose as well, right? So now as you can see, we had this existing secret file, okay, which was encrypted earlier, but now that we have enabled this key renewal, okay, there will be new key which will use for newer secrets. Now if I create any new secret, it will be encrypted and decrypted using latest key pair. But what happens to my this old seal secret? So the thing is, even if seal secret creates the new key pair, it doesn't delete the older key pairs. So even if I apply my old seal secret which was encrypted with older key pair, it will still work. But the good idea here to have, re-encryption. So what is re-encryption means? So re-encryption means whatever new secret, new key value, new keys has been created will re-encrypt with the newer public key as well. So let's see how we can do that quickly. So it's very simple. So for that, to show the difference, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna copy this file into existing sealed dot bkp. Nice. So I kept it as a backup, and now I am gonna pass controller namespace seal secret and there is this flag called re-encrypt, and we will pass our existing seal secret to it. And now we have successfully re-encrypted our secret. To see the difference, earlier I did the backup of the file. So if I do the difference, you will see all the values are being re-encrypted and been changed. And now I can again safely commit this newly uh, re-encrypted file and apply it, and it will still work. Existing secret. Oops, I'm in a different namespace. Okay, so that was team 2, kubectl get secret, existing secret, still working fine. So the idea here is, as this seal secret controller new key pair. Okay, seal secret new key pair. That doesn't mean all the public keys are in use. The one which is latest will be used for the encryption. Okay, but if there is any seal secret which was encrypted with older keys, then it will use that older private key to decrypt it. But I think the ideal practice here would be, once you re-encrypt all your secret, get rid of the older key pairs for the security reasons, because even if someone gets access to this secret, they can decrypt the secret on their own. Nice. So I think we pretty much covered all most of the things in a seal secret, where creating the seal secret, managing the existing secret, how we can update the values, how we can update particular values, how we can rotate, how we can renew the keys, and how we can re-encrypt with the new keys. But one thing I want to mention here is, there's nothing safe, right? So even if you have a key renewal in process, you are doing re-encryption, it's always very smart move to rotate your credentials, whether it is database credentials or some tokens. It's always good idea to rotate those credentials as well. So that will be a good move here. So that was pretty much of a seal secret. Hope you learned about seal secret and how it is being helpful in the whole GitOps process. Hope the idea is clear. If you have, if you like this video, if you like this concept, do like this video and share. And if you have any suggestions with regards to any content in this video or for any further video, do let me know in the comments. Until then, thank you so much for watching. Bye.